Very good evening, one and all. I hope so. My voice is audible and my presentation is visible. Can you see the presentation and can you hear me? Please do respond. Okay, perfect. Um, Today, let us recollect what we have learned and then what are we going to apply in our file handling methodology in our hand cricket program. So first, let's open the hand cricket project. So this is what we have done so far. This is our hand cricket project. Okay. So today I'll help you to understand the working of hand cricket project along with the application of newly learned concept in the given project. Very first thing we know already, we have done a banner for opening and then we know we have to update the printing methodology in scores. Like if the score is 0, then we have to display instead of 0 duck out. Okay, and then we are going to plan of writing scores and reading scores, and then we have to get the history. And what is the problem when you do this all the task like writing the scores, reading the scores, history list, everything is possible only when the game is running on the current time. Suppose if the game is closed or if you shut down the computer, then once again you do not get the highest score or the scores of the previous ones. So that is completely impossible. So to make it possible, we are going to apply the file handling methodology. File handling methodology we have learned here about reading the files. Okay, reading the files and writing the files. We have learned that 2 days. The first day we have learned about reading the data, and second day we have learned how to write the data. Today let us combine both of the topics and let's write the data into the text file and read it whenever we want. Okay, let's do this. We are going to create a hand cricket version 4 and what are we going to do? We are going to first see the code. What have we done? So first we have banner. I guess you know what is a banner. Banner means this is used to display the colorful introduction message. After this we have game. So game is asking for the player name. Okay, why are we asking player name? Because then only we can save the data. Suppose if I do not have any names, I don't know who scored what score. So the player name along with the score is to be saved. That is why I'm asking for the name. Okay, so first I take the name. Okay, I get the name from the user. And then after getting the name, I create a loop. This loop will generate a random number from 1 to 6. Okay, So 1 means this will generate starting value as 1 and ending value as 6. So this loop will generate one random number between 1 and 6. Both are inclusive. Okay. After that, we have to get the run from the player. So we are getting the player guess. How do we get the player guess? From the user. We have to get less than, it should be greater than 0. Sorry, lesser, if it is lesser than 0 or greater than 6, then it is obviously invalid run, which means it is out of scope or beyond the rules of game. Okay, suppose if it is less than 6 and greater than 0, then it is valid. So if it is valid, we will break this loop. Okay, we will break this loop and jump to the condition checking whether the player is out or not. Okay, so if the player is out, okay, when the player is out, when the CPU guessed the number and the player guessed the number, both are same. Okay, which means if both the values are matched, then the user is out. Suppose if the values are not matched, then it will be added into the score. That's what we have done. And once again we have added a condition. If the score is 0, then we are writing the score as player name as duckout. We are writing that particular player name and then duckout. We are passing two parameters. Okay. Otherwise, if the writing score is not duckout, then we will write this. So after doing all these things, we will break the loop. Okay. And then instruction. So this is one more function definition. This will show the instruction is to be followed. Okay, so what you have to do inside the game, that's what the instruction will do. What you have to do, yeah, it is a mode, single player mode, a player as a computer, etc, etc. Okay, writing score, what have we done? We are writing into the list. History is a list. We are writing into the player name and a score. Display score means if the list is not equal to empty, then we can understand that it contains some data. If the list is not equal to empty, we can understand it contains some data. So if it contains some data, then we can take it out and start printing the data. Okay, and the main program has a loop. This will be keep on running and it will ask for the choice. If the choice is 1, then the game will be starting. If you give choice equal to 2, then the instruction will be displaying. If the choice equal to 3, then it will give 10 seconds delay and then it will break the loop. If the choice equal to 4, it will display the score. Okay, if you enter anything other than these 4 choices, then obviously it will display invalid choice. Okay, I hope so you have understood the brief explanation of the project step by step. Okay, then um, let's see where we can apply the text file handling methodology. Okay, so let me split the screen. Okay, training. This is phase 3 training. We are on day 29. So version 3 and version 4. We have two versions. Okay. Now, what's the step we are going to do? Writing score. Okay. Writing score and display score. Okay. That's what we are going to do. So very first step, listen carefully. We are going to write the score. Okay. So when are we writing the score? If you get the history, then you're going to write the score. So to write score, obviously you need a file. If you have a file, you can write or read whatever. Do you have any file on this folder? That is text file. Can you find any folder, like any file in this text file folder? Is there any text file here? Yes, please do respond. Do you find any text file folder there? Do you have any text file here? No. Yes, you're exactly right. There is no text file. As we discussed earlier, we must have a file. If you have the file, then only you can write something or read something. Okay, so what is the first step? We have to create a file. Okay, let us create a file. So file object, so I'm giving in short form. File object is equal to, I'm opening a file. Okay, so how do you open a file? Scores.txt. Scores.txt, comma, write mode. Okay, listen carefully. I'm opening a file object named score.txt. I'm giving name, just any name. There is no special meaning like this. If you give score.txt, that is okay. If you give any name is fine. Scores.txt, cricket scores, any name is fine. Okay, whichever you feel comfortable, you like, you create it. Okay, cricket scores.txt. Okay, what is the next step? We have to write it. What we have to write? We have to write the score. How do we write? File object dot write. So you need to write, sorry, it should be not done here, it should be done here. Sorry, okay. I have to write in the writing score, okay, not in the display score. Okay, so for writing the score, I need two members, that is two parameters, that is player score and name. Okay, so I'm opening the cricket scores.txt file and I'm writing this player name and the score. We know very well we should write only the string. Okay, so what I'm going to write? I'm going to write player name plus string of score. Okay, I'm going to write the player name and string of score. We know very well. I guess you know very well. Why do we use string of score? Let me test yourself. Why do we write a string of score? Why do we need to write string of score in file object dot write? Tell me the reason. Let me test you. Why do we write string of score? I'm asking here. Why do we write here? What is the reason of this 66th line? Yes, please type your answers. Please share everybody's answer in chat box. I'm expecting your answers. Please type it. Okay, let's check the answers. Okay, I guess two of them have given the correct answer. To change the data type, because we do not take the integer values. That is the exact correct answer. It is shared by Narendra Kumar Mopi Devi, and also Janvi said correct answer. To convert the string format. Okay, Bilak, yeah, Prem Kumar is said right. Avoid to create argument error. Yeah, that's the correct answer. It will convert the numerical data, that is integer data, into the string data type. So the string data is the only way to pass into this write function. Okay, so this is what the only thing we have to remember. Okay, please note it down. Remember, when you ask a question, it is for your self improvement. Do not stay waiting and get the answers. It's not good. Okay, please try to attempt the questions and answer it, because if you simply watch the video, or when you simply copy paste the code or share your friend's code, you don't understand anything in the interview. Okay, so write down the reason. Without proper sharing of data type, it will cause error. Okay, let's move on. So first step, we have to write the player name and the score. Okay, so let's save this. First we'll see whether it's working or not. Okay, and then we'll move to the next step. So let's run the program. Oh, not like this. Let's break it. Double click. It says how to play. Okay, let's play. Let me give my name, test. Let me give a run. Okay, so my final score is 30. So my name is test and my score is 30. Okay, let's close this by playing once again. Let me give one more name. And my score is 30. Okay, twice I have played. I scored it twice 30. Okay, first time it's 30 and second time it is 30. Now let us exit. So if I give exit, we set a time limit. Our time limit is 10 seconds. This script will wait for 10 seconds and it will close automatically. And you see here, I will get a file. See here, only one time the sample 30 is returned. So we got twice. Okay, twice we have taken values, but only one time it is displayed. Okay, what is the reason? The reason is because of giving W in the file mode. Okay, W means writing. Note it down. File mode. W means writing. There are three file modes basically we use. Okay, if the file mode is R, then it is for reading file content. So these are the three basic important file modes. The very first mode is reading. We use R. W means which will write the file content, but what happened? It will erase all the previous content. So every time it will create new and write new. It will not keep the old data. That is the main point to be remembered. W mode will not keep the old data. So when you see the output, we have run the program twice and the two of them were played. Two players were played. So we should have got two players name. But what have we got? Only one player game. That is only one player name and a score. What happened to the previous one? The previous one was deleted. So the previous one was deleted. To avoid deleting the previous scores, we should change the score mode into append. Append means adding in the last. Okay, now let us change this A and save. Nothing changes. Okay, last time we used W, now I'm changing to A. Let us go back to the file and let me delete this file and let us run the program. Once you run the program, it is asking for same play. I'm going to play the game. This time I'm giving my name and then I give number, and the first player is out and the score is 8. Now once again I'm going to play with some values. Okay, first score is 8, second the score is 9. That's all. Our testing purpose completed. Let us exit the game. After 10 seconds, the game will be closing automatically. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Now, once again, new file has been created. When I open, see here, first player name, first player score, second player name and second player score. Okay, now we have got a format problem. What is that? First, the player name should be coming in the first line. Second player name should be coming on the second line. Am I right? But how is it coming? It's coming like continuous one. Okay, let us test once again. Let me play once again. Uh, I'll show you the difference. Player 3. So player 3 is also out, and let's close the game. If I open the file, you see here. Sometimes if I give the name player 3, what happened? You are thinking as 38. So that is a misconception. To avoid the error, what should we do? We should format this. How should we format? First, my name should be there, and then there should be a gap. There should be a gap. Okay, that's for the task we are going to do it. Okay, what we do? Let's delete this course file. Okay, what's the problem? We have to give the name and then we should give space. So how do we give the space? Let us give the tab space. After the tab space, we write the name. Okay, now let us save. Okay, go to the file and run. Let's play the game. I'm player 1. Sorry. Um, play. I'm player 1. Okay, once again I play. This time player 2. Okay, it's perfect. Two players have been played so far. See, again, what happened? I have player 1 and there is a space and then I get the score. So player 1 space and score is displayed. Once again, what is the problem? Player 1 score should be displayed on the first line. Player 2 and the score should be displayed on the next line. Okay, the next line. You get it right. So player 1 score is to be displayed on the first line and the next line player 2 and the score should be displayed like this. Okay, so what we do, we delete the file once again and we go back and we add the new line. Okay, if we add a new line, so what happened? First the name will be typed and there is a space, then some value, then new line, next name, some value and next line. So it comes to this format. Okay, so let's check it out. See, no file is here. Let us give play. Let's give a name, player 22222 something. Okay, I can give any name. Now I'm giving a run 2 so out. You see, once I get out, the file is created. Once again I play. Let me enter the name. See, if I enter more than 6, it is invalid run. Then out. So two players have played and got the scores and the names. Let's check out. You see here, this is player and this is the score. But once again, what's the problem? It is coming very close. So you may have a doubt whether it is proper or not. So what I do, let me add 2 tab spaces or 3 tab spaces. So it's good to have a lengthy one. Okay, let's play once again. I'll show both of the sides parallelly. So my name is AA, run. Okay, once again play. Now my name is AAS. See, invalid choice. So once again, so played. I played it twice. See here. Now it is perfectly displaying. First, I get the name. Okay, name is displayed, and then giving a space, score is displayed. A name is displayed, score is displayed. Once again, name is displayed and score is displayed. So it is inside the file. So we successfully have created a text file and write the content in the text file, and whenever the new player is entering, even after closing the game also, that works. Okay, what is next? Reading the text file. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply reading format. Okay, so first let me try to read the file. Okay, let me try. So try means in Python it is used for error handling. Okay, so what is this error handling? I'll show you with a simple script. Now error handling. Okay, let's see how it is working. A equal to int of input, enter the number. okay, and print A. This is the simple program. I'm getting the input and printing the A. Now I run the program. See, it is asking for the input. Okay. It is asking for the input from the user. Okay. What kind of input? A numerical input. So if I enter any number, the program finished successfully and there is no error because this works very well. Suppose if the user mistakenly understood and write their name and hit enter, what happens? It creates error. Why it creates error? I'm asking the number, but you have given the non-numerical value. Non-numerical value means a character. So that is not accepted by Python. So what we do, we give try. We are going to try to get the number. Suppose if the try block is working perfectly, then no problem. Suppose if you do any like if it contains any error, we do in except. So what we do in except, we print invalid operation or invalid number. So we are suppressing the error. Okay, now let's see the program. Enter a number. I'm entering number, so working fine. Now same program, entering the character. See what happened? There is no error. Why there is no error? Because if there is any error, Python does not stop the execution of a program. Okay, it silently handles the error and it says what is the next option. It says what is the next option. We are giving that invalid number. So it is invalid number and then it is simply saying that there is no error in the program. Suppose if you do not use this try except block, then obviously your program will interrupt. So all your programming languages must have error handling. Why the error handling? In case if user misused the program, there should be a backup way to safely save the software. This will prevent your software crash or your application crash highly in the production area. Okay, so always try to implement this. Now why are we using this? Now we are trying to open scores.txt. Listen carefully. Okay, now listen carefully. I'm trying to display the scores.txt in read mode. Okay, if it is present, what I do? I read the data. This is second. Okay, this is secondary. Now listen carefully. I have no scores.txt file. This is the situation. Listen, I have no scores.txt file here. Okay, I do not have the file. Now what I do, I run the program because user may do anything, right? The user may do anything, right? You are giving complete freedom to the user. So user can directly see the score. Even without playing, I'm trying to see the score. Okay, now what happened? It closes. The game closes immediately. Okay, maybe let me run here, you'll understand even much better. I'm trying to see the score. Okay, 4, enter. What happened? File not found error. What is the error? File not found error. What it means? It means so simple. There is no such file or directory named cricketscores.txt. Nothing like that. If I do not have nothing, then how do I read it? That's a problem, right? When you're running very first time, the file will not be existing. That we know very well because if you are running for the very first time, the previous program does not create anything. Once you run the program, then only the scores will be created. So what we do, we have to try. Okay, we are going to handle the error. How are we going to handle the error? First, we are trying to open the file. Everything goes perfect. Okay, no problem. Suppose if the file is not present, what we have to do? We have to say um, no scores to display. Okay, now what happened once again? No problem here. I mean, no file here. Let me run. I'm asking for the score. See, this time it does not show any error, but what it says, no scores to display. Same way you run here and say the computer to display the score and enter. See, the program is still running and it did not crash. It did not crash and it simply says no scores to display. So this is how you should handle the error. Now let's go for the another scenario. Okay, another scenario. What is another scenario? Suppose if there is any file, what happens? Okay, now let's play the game. I'm playing the game. Let me give the name. I'll giving a run. Now I'm out. What happened? I get score 4. So my name and score is 4. Now I go. What happened? I'm not sure why. Once again, let me set the path. Okay, where the file is to be created. Let me set the path. So let me play the game. Giving name. So out. Why is it not creating? Okay, run once again. Giving play. Giving name. Oh, this time see. Um, okay, we played and we get the scores. You see here. This time I played and I'm out initially, so it saves Rashid and duck out. See, that's perfect. Now, if I want to see the scores, previous scores, I can give choice equal to 4 and enter. You see here, it says the previous name and then the previous score. Okay, now once again, the game is still on. Let's continue. Let's play once again with a different name, test and score. Once again, score is also out. Let me check the score. See here. Once again, score is displaying. So, what have we done today? We have created a permanent storage file that is cricketscores.txt. In the cricketscores.txt, what we have done, we have taken directly all the scores and writing into the text file. And in text file, there are two procedures we have applied here. First procedure is writing the score. For writing the score, there are two methods available, that is W and A. If you are going to do with the W, all the previous scores will be deleted automatically. So only one score can be retained. So we should avoid it. As it is history based one, we should avoid it. Then append. The solution is append. Append means it will add all the scores in the end of the file. So every new player plays a game, then it adds the score to the end of file. So it keeps on accumulating the data over and over. Now, reading the score. So for reading the score, you should specify where the scores file is available. Even the scores file is not available, then it should not display any error. So how to handle the error? To handle the error, we use try and except block. So what is try block? When you try to do something, if you have any doubt in that area, you should give under try block. Suppose if it raises any error, your program will not stop or your program will not interrupt. Then obviously it will jump to the next block, that is except block. If anything happens unfortunately, unexpectedly, then this try block will not be executed. The immediate control transfer is done to except block. Except block will be working out all the rest of the things, and then the program continues so smoothly. That is the speciality of error handling in Python. So we have now complete full version of a hand cricket game. In this hand cricket game, we have applied all the possible things into it. And your documentation is also given with you. If you want to add this feature, obviously you can handle it. Okay, it's up to entirely on your choice. If you want to improvise your project in this area, maybe it's up to you. You can also improvise in this. If you want to add the banner into this text file, yes, obviously you can improvise the banner also. Let's see more about documentation tomorrow. And today, you just try to create your text file and play around with it. How to do this display, how to do this reading. It's easy task, okay? It's not a big deal. Try it out, experiment yourself, and start improvising your game. This is same similar methodology if you wish to apply for a guessing game also. Okay, I hope so you have understood and you have listened it. I'll share the files with you. So let's meet tomorrow then and continue with rest of the documentation works. Yes, participants, thank you so much for joining. Have a nice sleep. Let's meet tomorrow then. Good night. Good night, everyone. You may leave now. Yeah, good night, everyone. No need to post here. You may leave now. Have a nice sleep to you all. Good night. The recordings will be uploaded to your Google Drive, so don't worry about it.